Alright guys, so the Saiyan scholar wants me to believe that Tien is a role model. And I'm not so sure that I buy it. So let's see.
Tien Han, one of my favorite characters and one of the most iconic Dragon Ball and early Dragon Ball Z characters, showing a tenacity and determination like no other, making a grand appearance facing Goku, trying his utmost best to keep up with Saiyans and tyrants in the franchise, and even going as far to competing in the Cell Games and Tournament of Power, competitions where Tien knew he had zero chance, but he did it anyway.
That is true, he did have zero chance.
Which can whip any fat ugly ass beast into shape, even if it's 1,000 times.
Dang, man. He's going hard on self. Fat, ugly beast. That's a little messed up.
Stronger than him. Tien has earned respect. Tien always tried to maintain his dignity in fighting and kept his motivation and determination no matter the challenges. Everyone talks about Goku rising up to the occasion no matter the odds, but good old Tien lacked any sort of power compared to Goku and Z, and he still stepped up to face the Saiyans. Faced Frieza when he arrived on Earth, faced the androids, faced Cell, hell, he showed up to try his best to fuck up Super Buu.
So we're about a minute in, and I don't know, this guy definitely seems like a super fanboy for Tien. So this review or video may be very biased, so let's see.
Tien is a symbol of effort, a goddamn role model. He always saw Goku as a rival, someone to keep up with, but he swallowed his pride more than once to accept Goku could never be caught. And Tien still kept in shape. Just look how fucking jacked he is. People talk about Nappa and Broly, but goddamn Tien looks like he could...
I don't know, man. That just looks like bad drawing to me. I mean, I don't know. Did he edit those shoulders? That can't be part of the series. Is it?
Tien was the original. What is not to like about this guy? There's only so much screen time a guy like Tien can have, especially in Z when Super Saiyan was a new thing, and everyone wanted that new flavor of the month. Boring old Tien became an obsolete number on the side of good, and could have...
Well, the problem is that Tien has no hair, so he couldn't compete. He's not getting any hair transformations, so...
Oh, quick shout out to Tien and Launch, a little side story which showed us that Tien and Launch were cared about in terms of development for some time. That was until Launch just magically disappeared. Now, when we move to Dragon Ball Z, there are pros and cons for the fearsome Tien. Basically in Z...
I gotta say, it's kind of funny that they just forgot about Launch and they just completely ignored it. Nobody chose to address it. They was just like, well, we forgot about her, so she's gone. Like, this guy's poor girlfriend, wife-to-be, man, just got erased and nobody ever gave it a second thought. That's a little messed up, I gotta say.
Remember when Tien fought Future Trunks in the BoJack movie? Tien was sticking it to Trunks until that little shit had to go and turn Super Saiyan. For anyone who doesn't know the golden rule of Dragon Ball Z, if a human forces a Saiyan to go Super Saiyan, the human wins.
That means that they're stronger in their base form, so I mean, that is a lot to consider, especially since humans in Dragon Ball Z don't have another form, right? Another power-up or multiplier. So
he's as jacked as ever. Does this guy even age? He's supposed to be friggin' 57 years old and Krillin is 54. Tien is a goddamn leader, a role model to all who want to age with style. As a character for years, he's just put
I think this guy's trying a little hard to make Tien a role model in Dragon Ball Z. I mean, a lot of the things that he mentions, like he fights fair, he's always trying. I mean, those are things that Goku and Vegeta, who are pretty much the main characters, have. So I don't think that helps him stand out outside of the other ones, except for the fact that he is human, and because he's human, he is set at a disadvantage, and he still does keep on trying. And I guess if you want to, consider aging in style, a thing to be admired, then I guess from that perspective, he's right on point. I mean, he does look pretty good for his age versus other characters in GT are looking kind of scruffy, if you will. I think that overall, there was a time where Tien did get more airtime, and I think to an extent he was said to be a character that you could look at for some inspiration, especially coming from the background of being evil and then realizing that he was in error in his ways and then turned a new leaf, if you will. So from that perspective, I think that he has a point. Again, we've seen it with Vegeta, right? So it doesn't necessarily help him stand out of that. I just think that a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans are hurt because humans don't get enough airtime, or they don't have a way or means to keep up with, the Saiyans. And, I guess that's fair. We're all humans, and they're not necessarily portraying us in the best light in Dragon Ball Z. So another thing to consider is that role models typically have people that look up to them. And the real question is here, how many people actually look up to Tien? I don't know if you could say many. I don't know. Have you guys given as much thought to Tien as our Saiyan scholar here is doing in this video? Let me know in the comments. And as always, just want to remind you that we must persevere.